Okay, what's going on, everybody? Just give me a moment here. I think my mic is broken. I don't know. I've been trying to fix it for the last 10 minutes. It was actually going to be early for once, and, well, I guess not, right? So we'll get it. Let me make sure that we have some sound all the way around. Yeah, it sounds like we got some sound, so it is what it is. I like the mic a lot better, to be honest with you, and we got a new internet connection here too. So if it does spot out a little bit, don't worry about it. We'll get it handled, and we'll be right back up online. So we'll just keep rolling with what we got. So what's up? Good to see everybody in green. That's my channel members. Appreciate it. Got a new member, Keith Clark. Actually, I got a chance to meet Keith Clark out in, what was it, PA? Was it PA I met you at Meadville somewhere? Picking up a GT40 intake. I actually posted his ride online, making some progress, man. It's about getting your shit off the jack stands. We've been doing that all year long with our white car and our black car and Dad's car and such. So it's just kind of the motto of the channel, man. Do work, get your shit off the jack stands, and make it happen. But we definitely we got a lot to talk about this week. We didn't get a chance to mess with the black car yet. That's going to be this week. That's this week's projects, along with the kind of introducing what happened. We're gonna get a game plan and get it done. Our last race, you see in the thumbnail, it's coming apart. There's more to that meets the eye. And we had a really good week testing and had a PB 60 foot, and I'll show you guys that here in a second. But yeah, the white car's been running really, really well, a little bit too well. And the surface that we raced on last night was absolutely awesome, but absolutely probably the trickiest surface I've been on yet. And I've been to that event probably 4 years in a row now, and it was tough. It was tough. I mean, very humbling. And it's one of the things we're going to talk about tonight with 8th mile versus quarter mile. We're going to be talking about the white car and what's really going on, black car, coupe, Dad's car, all that shit. And I want to know what you guys are working on tonight. I want to know if you're in the garage spinning some wrench and talking some shit with me here on a Sunday. So I love y'all. Appreciate you guys for stopping in. And I see I got my son here in the chat trying to creep on me. What's up, son? What are you doing? I'm legit, he said. I hope so, brother. I hope so. I hope I'm a legit dad, right? You tell chat. I'm a legit father. I try to make shit happen, brother. Anyways, let me get caught up here. Mark Parker, good to see you. Mustang guy in the house. Keith Clark, Glenn, was that Glenn Gale? Sean, what's happening, bro? What did you just do? I just finished working on my wife's car, closing up the shop. That's what I'm talking about. Take a load off. Have a beer. Yeah, well, I was trying to fix my mic, so I apologize that the audio isn't there. I reset the computer a couple times. It kind of sucks. Mike Dennis, what's up? What's up, Neo? What crank did you use in your 351 build with 302 pistons? The cheap Eagle crank. But let me talk about that real quick. So the 387 that we built a couple years ago, we used the same crankshaft in the 393. And if I'm being honest, I think that crankshaft ain't doing us no favors, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to call the company out, and would never do that. It could very well be me, installer error. But if you're going to build that motor, run with the Scat 9000. There's nothing wrong with the Eagle one that we used, but that's 2 times in a row that we've had a rod bearing issue, and I don't know why. We definitely had a oil clearance issue that maybe it could be very much installer error. So I've ran Eagle stuff to 1,000 horsepower, so it has nothing to do with the business. It's just that metallurgy in that crank. Maybe it's the installer error. So it could be either one. We don't know that until we pull the bottom end of this motor apart. So we wanted to try the Scat 9000 crank next anyways. It's a little bit more money, but we do want to put the 387 back together with that crank I'm just talking about, but we have to turn it anyway, so it's going to be pretty specific to that that rod bearing. So yeah, Erie is where it's at. My bad. What's up, McBride Racing? Good to see you, man. Out there actually making laps this weekend. So we talked about that on the boost weather. You guys got to go check that video out. He got that car running mid fives all day on the radial. So and it took him all year to get that car back to the track. And it's what we talk about, man. Just get your shit off the jack stand and just get out there and enjoy it. John, what's up, Neo? Have you talked to Tussin lately? He hasn't posted a video in a while. You'll start seeing Rod post more videos soon, because in Florida, the way it was explained to me, it's not really race season right now. I mean, it's just starting sort of. So like their winters or time off like we have here in Ohio is usually in June, July, and August-ish, because it gets so damn hot down there. The only time you can race is maybe at night. But I know Rod goes to the track a lot, and I talk to him every once in a while to check in, make sure he's doing okay. So I'm sure he's fine. Probably just waiting more for like race content, because he does a lot of racing and going to the track. So look forward, I look forward to seeing some of his videos soon. He'll be fine. Everything will be great. Stick shift racing is humbling for sure. Yes. So we were on a surface last night that if you were running anything mid sixes in stick shift, you were winning it. Like, and I know kind of what the winner ran, but yeah, it was legitimate street racing. Like I've went faster on my highway street than I did last night. And it's humbling. It's humbling nonetheless. And it's the reason why I do it. We busted out a 560 at 122, kind of sort of lifting a little bit because the car tried to kill me. I'll show you the video. Had a 119.60 foot with my feet. And then go from Wednesday to Saturday to, I ran a 698 and then I ran like a 720. Like that's not winning shit. But you try to race on that surface, it's tough. It's tough. It's cold. It's not gritty like the other backsides that I ran on. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's like smooth pavement, like smooth concrete versus like a rough asphalt. Does that make sense? Kind of like what you would see on the street. The street has like a smooth asphalt from like being driven on, and that's legitimately what this shutdown was. And that's why it's kind of wonderful to put on the list when we were racing, because the fastest car and the most horsepower car usually isn't the person who wins that event. And it's truly humbling and truly equalizing. And we'll talk more about 8th mile versus quarter mile later on. So Jesse Workman, man, I appreciate the $10 super chat. So happy to get mine off the jack stands, get to do a burnout at my brother's gravesite. That's right. That's right. That was pretty awesome. I appreciate you showing that and sharing that with me, brother. Mounted the intercooler cold pipes today. I want to work on a deal on that hood you have. Oh, I got a hood? Oh, that's right. Yes, sir. Finished up repairing bent bolts and control arms. Man, that happens to me all the time. Installed instant center brackets in mine and took the brother's car testing PB. You went 131. Nice. 581 at 122. Love it. That's fast. Anything stick shift fives is fast. I don't care what anybody says. 599. If that's the goal, guys. If you go 599 in the stick shift car, that's moving. Now I know that there's outlaws out there that are running like fours and shit, and that's a whole other level, man. That's a tough, and that's really awesome for those guys. I went to Wisconsin and seen a bunch of that stuff, and it's just jaw dropping. It's like, holy shit, I don't even know. Wow, they're just awesome. Like Nick Coleman, good friend of mine, I think he's got the H pattern record for GM. Truck was fabulous. I'm just like, I just went around it for 20 minutes looking at it like, damn. You know what I mean? My shitbox Fox sitting over there in the trailer. Lucky if I run 870s, 880s. That thing runs like 660s or something. It's crazy fast. Bowman, what's happening? I'll tune back in a while, helping neighbors get. That's right. Hell yeah, brother. What's up? Got a cold Not working tomorrow, vertigo and stuff. So here I am. What's happening, man? I appreciate the $50 super chat. Appreciate all you guys do for me. All the members and all the subscribers, everything like that goes to me traveling. And that's why I got Foxtoberfest in the thumbnail too. We're going to be talking about traveling. What's up, John Stickley? Good to see you. Hope you feel better soon, American Gearhead. Looks like, yeah, we'll be talking about that here in a second. FTO was the first time I've ever run a real track. I was terrible. That's okay. That's okay. I struggled bad this weekend. Carl would start to wheelie at 42 at loose the tire about 3 inches off the ground. Yeah, I feel that, man. I got my car licked up pretty good right now. And I mean, we're not pushing boost. I mean, we're messing with timing and fuel and making sure, you know, the distributor was right because I kept getting robbed. I got that fixed. It actually doesn't take away timing anymore. So I got it running right. I'm pretty sure 550s would have been my next pass at Coonley if I'd have went and did it again. But two-step, man, the car's geared is not super optimized. My white car needs to come apart. And sometimes you just got to hit the reset button. And we're literally, and we're going to be talking about that in one of the videos this week. We got a Project Forever video coming up. I've already done the thumbnail on it. You guys are going to have to see this shit. And then we're going to be tearing the black car apart, and we're, you know, kind of getting a game plan on what happened and where we're going with it. And I'm going to show you one of the tools that I got from Harbor Freight. I don't give a damn. I Harbor Freighted. I don't give a damn. That we got from Harbor Freight that's going to help us maybe make Foxtoberfest. I'm not ruling it out just yet. I haven't made any decisions, any plans just yet because I really hate traveling right now because I've already traveled like 5,000 miles in the last like month. I'm just tired of driving. But, you know, persistence always wins and consistency always wins. And we at least got out of the first round this past weekend, which was wonderful. We haven't been out of the first round in like 3 months. And maybe we should just use our damn feet instead of using the two-step all the damn time. I don't know. Maybe it might turn out better. I don't know. Anyways, what's up? What's up, 905 Stang? Broken Tool in the house. Good to see you. Troy Prescott, hoping to take my brother's Coyote swap S475 to the track this weekend. Hell yeah, brother. What's up, Daniel Robinson in the house? My Summit Tech guy. What's happening, brother? Took a set of good radials to chords first round. Put in second. And let it sing off the chip with stride, you know. Pence Pony, what's up, Neo? You have some awesome Mustang. I appreciate that, brother. Foxdrop, what's wrong with the distributor that was pulling timing? Okay, so it's a good question. When you're running TFI, and I want to tell this to you guys, if you're going to build a nice hot rod engine, spend some money. One of the things you can spend some money on, specifically if you have Holley Terminator X, hell, you don't even have to have Holley Terminator X. I think you do this with shit with a carburetor. I know you do. Get a crank trigger and run coil near plug if you can do it. You know, crank trigger is always very important because I think you can run a cam sync with that. And all it does is I think it starts the motor with just the cam. Like it just references the cam to start the motor. The problem that I've been having with TFI, which I should have changed a long time ago, and we have it, as you already know, it's coming in 26. The problem with TFI is it'll like retard a few degrees. Like my distributor was moving. Like I would make a good lick, 570s. I mean, we ran a lot of those this year. 572, 575, 124, 125. Good eighth mile hit. Decent 60. And then I'd come back to the track, throw my timing light on it, and notice that it moved like a degree. So I don't know if it was the motor. So what happens is when the motor goes under load, it pulls the distributor down. Like because of the cam gear and the distributor gear, it just the load pulls it down. And I don't know when it was pulling it down on the distributor, if it was moving it. I don't know. So I put a stud in the block, and it ended up working. I ended up like sanding like the hole down, and I made it kind of like rough. And I put like a little blue Loctite on it, and it stopped moving a bit finally. But nonetheless, it wasn't the correct. I mean, it just sucked. So we needed to put coil near plug on that white car a long time ago. I think that would have been a lot better for our program. We should have had a 266 Tremec in it. First gear 266 with a 410 in the rear. I think we would have came through in the traps 128, 130 in the eighth. That's what's really holding me back. If you always wondered why my eighth mile an hour is so low, or lower, it's because we have to shift before fourth gear, or excuse me, before the 8th mile. So, you know, I'm shifting first, second, third, and I have to shift to fourth at about 520 feet. And it literally goes from 7,200 RPM to like 46. That's how much of a gear drop third to fourth is. And I'm in fourth gear for like 800 feet. It's ridiculous. 700 feet. Yeah, it's 800 feet. So I'm in a long gear in fourth gear. So we did the math. Me and Dan Watts did the math down in Bowling Green. My car really needed the 266 in it. So I don't know what's just beeped off. You guys still hear me? I don't know what's going on with this mic. I've tried to use it and it doesn't work. Okay, so that's exactly what happened with the distributor. So if you look at your distributor, you shouldn't be, it shouldn't really move much. It shouldn't move at all. If you lock the timing at like 10 degrees, it shouldn't move at all. And specifically with a Holly, not so much with the ECU, because I think the ECU has it built in. Like you'll see it on the light move, but I don't think it actually changes. Do you understand? So A9L, A9P, leave that alone. But when you got a Holly and you're still running TFI, synced TFI, check it at 20 degrees and see if it moves when you rev it up. So that's that. A lot of that is also induction delay. Now I'm not really getting into that, but I'm just saying my distributor after a good lick on the track would move. It was dumb. So what's up, Vance Cooper? How did today go? I know there was a stick shift thing at 42. I didn't get a chance to make it out. Man, y'all are way over my head. I'm broke, man. I'm trying to figure out what the best to spend. HCI may stock 302 or build a stroker like yours. Bro, you just build it to your budget. Don't worry about, and I talk about it all the time, don't worry about being the fastest guy because you're never going to be the fastest guy. Don't worry about making the most horsepower because you're never going to make the most horsepower. Because there's always going to be some keyboard warrior, some asshole out there that's going to say they're better than you. And, or, you know, who cares? Build it to your budget and enjoy it little by little. Some of the coolest cars that I've ever had were some of the cars that I started from nothing and grown over the years, much like you see in the black car. That started with as like a bone stock car with like a GT40 intake. You see what I mean? That's the best shit. So we're going to fly out to FTO, but our dog took a turn for the worse, so we didn't make it. I'm sorry, brother. Also ripped the torque box and bent a strut. What? This past weekend? Oh shit, that's at Radio Life. What's up? What's up, foxbody 363? I'm just trying to catch up in chat, guys. I'm sorry. I have an A-pillar rust. Is it worth repairing? Yes. Stick shift was the fullest class at 9 cars. Decent turnout, but there was some stuff, nice stuff there today. What did you guys? What was the fastest pass? And who won? Anyways, going while we wait for that. It's what's up, Matt Paul? Good to see you. Glenn, put some better gears in the rear. Best bang for buck mod. You're right. Exhaust, gears in the rear, subframe connectors, you know, headers. You can go to the junkyard, GT40 intake, get your GT40 heads. There's a lot of ways to make that work, brother. When you say you use same crank in the black car last time, does that mean it was no, it was the same part number. The new crank you're about to get will work with factory, yes. So if you're going to build the 387 KK, because that's what it sounds like you're going to do, you know, the 385 crankshaft is all you need. You know, it doesn't matter what brand it is; they're all good. You can get to a cast steel. You can do. I don't even think they have it forged, to be honest with you. So I appreciate that, Jesse Workman. Hit that like button, hell yeah. We're going to be giving away a. Which one did we give away last week? Tremec. We'll see what banner we have today, and we're going to be giving away a T-shirt and hat, or T-shirt and or a hat too, because American Gearhead hit our goal. Appreciate you, brother. A 387 stroker, Speedmaster block, and forged Eagle crank probably going in my car. So I'm talking about. Strut bent because it was a 10-way ghetto converted to a long travel. And we expected the torque boxes at this level. I ran an 889 on the test pass, 881 first round, won but broke something in the trans. Damn, fastest I saw was 863. Was that knee house? I was coming, man. I was on my way to the track today, but we had some things we had to do back here at the shop. We had some things we had to do, you know, in personal life, and we had to, you know, take care of some business. So by the time I left the driveway, it had already been too late. I mean, it's 109 miles from here to Dragway 42, so it's not like it was a local track. So I should have planned a little bit better. We raced at Rewind last night and finished the Tremec series. So I did, you know, we did finish that up for the year. We're pretty much done racing for the rest of the year. Not super interested in doing much more racing at all, even testing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. What gears for automatic? 410s. 373 is not too bad. Sorry I couldn't make it out last night, but let me tell you what, it was a tough surface last night. It was a tough surface. I talked to Billy Hoskinson. I think he was racing the white Camaro, and he even mentioned that it was a little tricky out there, for sure. I mean, and you'll see in my video, it's spinning ain't winning. And the guy who actually beat me was an LS swap foxbody, just a budget build with some nitrous, nothing super fancy. I mean, Andy hangs his hat on that shit, and he did a good job. He's actually in 4th place. He's only like 3 points behind me in the Tremec race. He's been coming around really, really well this year. He raced at 4 of the 5 events and ended up accumulating about 11 points. So, you know, big shout out to him. He did really well. But it couldn't have ended any better. So we'll talk about that real quick. You know, the Rewind race that we had yesterday was basically a backside. And it was tough. So, one second. Here's my draggy, or one of them. And, you know, you're not going to see you can see the track here, and this is quarter mile, 8th mile. This is back of the track, guys. We're racing like 10 feet behind us is the last of the glue from the quarter mile stripe. So this pavement was not easy whatsoever, and I knew that going into it. It's supposed to be all the track. This is my first tricky track. I mean, we did get up to about 100 miles an hour, but I mean, it was like a 690 run. It was terrible. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's stick shifting. And I knew after that pass, I changed a few more shock settings and changed the tires. I just, no matter what I did, took half the boost out of the car to try to make it run, but it still made 12 pounds of boost on the second pass, and it didn't matter. Because once you lose a tire on a pavement like that, spinning ain't winning ever. So that's what the Rewind looked like. And we did, that was the fifth race of the Tremec Point Series that we do here in Ohio. And it couldn't have ended any better. We didn't win it, but 3 people were within a half a point from winning. I was 600 feet on the second pass. I was 600 feet from the, winning that T56 that was sitting here forever. So we were in the contention this year. Last year we weren't allowed to win it. I didn't allow myself to win it, but I figured I'd throw my hat in the ring this year. 306 aluminum has trick flow. I can't decide if I put a blower on it or build a 408. Build a 408. Thanks for the get well wishes. I know, man. I get that. Vertigo sucks. I need 50 more horsepower to keep up with Lucifer. Yeah. Make the car work. Hey, weight is free horsepower. So if you could take weight out of it, remember, that's free horsepower. Yeah, I think Mike ran 863. I figured that. Dan, you're running 410s in your turbo car? No. My Coupe will have 373s and or 410s with the other transmission, the 266, because I'm going to need to gear up the rear axle to make the 266 work. So right now in the white car, I have the 297. First gear, second gear, third gear are really quick, and then fourth gear's got a big gear drop. 297 is one of the T56 transmission options you get. The 266 is a pretty even, like the way the transmission is geared, I would come through in the 8th mile another 5 mile an hour, 5 mile an hour more, and I would actually be shifting the fourth past 660 feet versus shifting before. So we're going to be messing with the rear gear more than anything. I'm going to get torque box reinforcements, control arms, 410 gears, and rebuild the poly. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was thinking of doing. 355 is a good mediocre gear. Like you can use, I recommend the 355 with any TKX that's 327 first gear, or even the 297 T56 that we ran. If you run the 266 T56, you're going to want to definitely run a 373 or a 410, depending on your tire size and such. I want to build a 396. I have a 351 already 30 over. So what are you saying to run in the combo? Just a 385 crank. You could probably run the factory rods. Let me catch up here. Sorry, fellas. What's up, Murphy's Law 5-0? My Fox, when warms up, keeps shutting off immediately after starting it 2 to 5 times before it stays on. Can't find the reason for this. Keeps shutting off, then it's either losing spark or losing power or losing fuel. It's going to be one of the two. So usually that's something to do with the distributor, the TFI or the PIP, the pickup. Check that first. 266 is a good gear set. Mine drops less in each gear shift. That's correct. That's right. Like I'll go first, second, third, and I have to shift at 500 feet. That's why my mile an hour sucks. It's not going to change the 8th mile time much, but it's going to be accelerating more through the 8th mile if I would have stayed in my power band. So got to make sure you have enough SLR, but with turbos, it's not as important as nitros. It's been a struggle to get mine to 60 foot like I need it. So I'm back to 456s. So we did a test the other week, last Wednesday. That was nasty, dude. We actually had it in the video, but where's it at? Yeah, it was nasty. I think I'll show you both. So I've been struggling, like I've been using the 2-step all year and just kind of weaning off doing the foot pedal shit. Like you're not going to believe, when I got the ticket after I ran this pass, I was just like kind of shitting a brick. Like this is stick shift. Like I have no tamer. We didn't use a 2-step. We didn't use a rev limiter. We don't have a slipper clutch. This is a diaphragm RXT McLeod. And this is probably one of my best 60 foots I've ever had. I mean, I've never been in the teens, but I did this shit with my left. Like I used the first 2 passes in the video, and you can see I blew the tires off, too much 2-step, too much power. And the other one I just maybe didn't get a good burnout. I don't know what happened. It just shut off or whatever. But I think that, I do think the tamer, I think a clutch tamer might be a good thing for us. But I mean, check this. Like I didn't expect it, and I think I pulled it left, and then it started wanting to jiggle down the track. It's kind of crazy. So here's the draggy. Now the draggy's not going to show the correct stuff because it's yeah, the draggy was almost a full 100 from quarter mile. But it was pretty cool. We did really good. It ran a 119 60 foot with my foot, and I'm pretty proud of that. I don't think I've ever seen anybody. It was pretty cool. Let me see here. Here was the ticket. Yeah, we ran a 950 at 107. So 566. I think it had 550s in it that night. The track wasn't prepped. It was just a street night. It was a Wednesday. They're not going to waste any glue for us and shit. So yeah, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen it like that before. Left foot, right foot, fellas. And that's what we ran. That's what we ran at the rewind. And I think that maybe some of my races would have just ended better had I just used my feet instead of using the damn two-step. Because I tried to use the two-step at Magnolia in the first round, and it didn't work at all, and it cost me the round. I mean, I ended up using my feet just like that in the second chance and won it, but doesn't matter at that point. So cool air makes power. You're right. You're 100% right. I had to take power out of it. I had to take quite a bit of power out of it. And it didn't necessarily make more boost-ish. It's just the cold air was better. Anyway, quarter mile versus eighth mile. So there's a reason why, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. Like I posted that very video right there. I did like a little cap cut thing and I put it up on Facebook, and it's actually, I don't know, it got a shit ton of views. I mean, it's probably at like 250,000 right now, and it's only been like a day and a half. But the point of the matter is, it's a pretty cool launch. It's a pretty cool video, stick shift, whatever. But, you know, there are some people that think that I don't mind racing quarter mile, you know, in a stick shift car. But I like to race eighth mile the most because, number one, there's more races to go to. And number two, there's way more money to win in eighth mile. And then when you're racing in the street, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, when you're racing in the street, you're not going to race a quarter mile. You're going to race 330 feet. You're going to race, you know, 500 feet, 600 feet. You know, nobody really knows. I mean, you race until somebody's lets off. You know what I mean? And not that street racing is the pinnacle of it all, but the point of the matter is everybody wants a fast car on all the pavements. And I just like the no prep stuff the most because there's a lot more money to be won there. And there's a lot more fun and a lot less wear and tear on your car. But I'll talk about that a little bit later. But, you know, because the white car's got to come apart because we got some issues. Because I want you guys to go look at your fox bodies when you get an opportunity. Not right now, unless it's in front of you. I need you to go look at your fox bodies because we got a video coming up this week that's pretty much pertains to shit coming apart. And most of you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean, I really like eighth mile racing the most. You know, people are like, hey, you should quarter mile like a man, and they try to make fun and shit. But like, little do they know, I just literally rolled to a 950. Number one. Number two, I just raced Holly Ford Fest and ran the quarter mile. So we do them both here on the channel. It's just I prefer it more. I never was like that before, but you know, with no prep and the stick shift stuff that we got going on in Ohio and the stuff around the surrounding states, it's just way cooler, in my opinion, to just pour some damn traction compound down and just go and just have some fun. You know what I mean? Versus having to wait for a bougie event like an NMRA that used to be, and just, you know, having to be ruled out or teched out all the time, or have to drive 45 miles to prove that it's a street car. Now, I mean, I know rules are rules, but I mean, 30 miles isn't going to determine whether it's a street car or not, if I'm being honest. So people are what they are. What's up, Chris Lane in the house? It's good to see you, brother. He was the guy that you just seen flagging in video. On the light in the middle. Chris has been doing this a long time, so I appreciate what you do. We hope to get the fist pumps back because he used to fist pump here, and then he would hit a light. It was pretty cool. What's a good budget suspension for setup for a drag strip? I'm running supercharged 347, 373 stick car, 600 wheel, not hooking up well with ET Street R's. So first of all, ET Street R's is a dot tire, and it's kind of more of a radial-ish. So you're going to want to set up more for separation if you're going to try to make that tire work. I mean, you could squat on it. You can do whatever you want. But bar angle is probably what you want the most. That's kind of what we're working on with the Coupe this year. I got unlimited bar angle changes I can make in that car. So I should be able to get down dirt in that car without having a bunch of travel in it. But, you know, you want to consider if you're going to race at a drag strip, you're going to want to be on a slick unless you're actually set up for that tire you're running. Besides, if it's your street tires anyways, grease monkey, then you probably don't want to take them to the track and beat the shit out of them anyways, because then you're just going to get them, you're just going to have to buy new ones faster. So what I always used to do back in the day when I was racing this thing at 10s and 11s, Because I always had like this budget set of, well, the Poor Stars, I call them, from LMR. There's Jegs has the spike ones that are even cooler. We just drilled holes and made a set of slicks with some tubes. And every time we'd go to the track, we'd switch over to the slicks. That way we didn't have to beat up on our street drag radials. So quarter mile is a lot of mile an hour for a 30-year-old car. 40, 45. It ain't that young, man. Think about it. It's about to be 2026 soon. That the Eero nose fox bodies were in 87, and then they started shit. It's been what, 45, almost 50 years since 79. So everything you say is true. But I mean, I definitely like quarter mile. Don't get me wrong. I'll quarter mile like a man all day. But I just think there's more things to do. There's more money to win, and there's more fun to be had going to a no prep, specifically a front half. Like if you guys are, oh, no prep, I'm going to wreck my car, I'm going to wreck my car. I've gotten sketched one time, knock on wood, in probably 300 passes and no prep. And I've went down some shit. So it's all, I mean, can you drive your car? You know, it's kind of like where it's at. Like some people don't want, I get it. Some people don't want to take that chance, but you could hit an oil spot on a radio prep and hit a wall. I've seen it. So, I mean, it is what it is. And I missed. Do you have any issues with your slicks growing too much? Kind of. I have to go to race to see. I've never been to a race track before. Really? It's fun. I like me some quarter mile, but significantly less since I just put these drunk strange brakes on. Yeah, I mean, that's another issue. I know what dumbass put my car together. So going 160, 170 miles an hour, did I tighten that one bolt? That type shit's in my head. I did see the white car drive on the street at FTO, so street car. It's all right on the street. It doesn't do too bad. Coming from coming out of the hole though, I mean, Rewind was the exact, like if you want to know how street racing really is, that race right there will humble the shit out of you, and I love it. I used to be quarter mile. Faster you get, the most go to a quarter mile. Since you start leaning on the car, most likely hurt something right. So you see a lot of lot of big horsepower cars only come out a couple times a year because, I mean, they'll break some shit because they make so much damn power. But, you know, there's people in the 8 mile going 160, 170, 180. Like, I'm pretty sure they don't want to go out the back door at like 230. That's crazy. What's up, Hanlon Motorsports in the house? What's up? What's up? Shit, truck motor just showed up. Yes, it did. I can't win with this thing. Noise is back. You know, you can always put a push rod back in it, bro. Just saying. You can always put a push rod back in it. Here, let me give you some motivation. Let me give it. Should we get him some motivation, fellas? Let's get him some motivation. Let him hear it.
Three-stroker we built here on the channel with the Stage 5. Been changing mufflers up to give it a little bit of a hope. Here at the style muffler, we've already done examples. Don't really matter what muffler's on it, but I decided to give you some examples of the FP, the Mac, both Flowmasters. One you like the best throughout the year to address.
That's what me. That was just a little short, but here I want to bring those vibrants back up. What's up, Heath Maxwell? Good to see you, brother. Let me bring those vibrants back up. I think it's here. I don't know if I showed this last week. I don't think I did. The vibrant inside the garage down to the harms on. See what they sound like. See how rapid they are? Boom. Whoops. That must be that TFI ignition in that 393 strokers. I just wanted to give a big shout to Cash. He waited like 2 years for me to do this video. Here you go. Listen. Good? That's pretty good for being a straight through.
Hey, it's not leaking.
I can't wait to get this black car.
Just a little bit right there.
Yeah, I just wanted to show you that in the garage, the Vibrance sounded like so much different, like than out. I mean, when you're out in the, obviously out in the area, you know, it's gonna muffled or whatever, but they do sound pretty good for being straight through for sure. Yeah, we should try some harms. I know we're gonna try a couple other straight throughs. So new rebuilt drive shaft with 1330 joints, I believe. It feels like a drive shaft vibration. Any ideas? Could also be your pinion gear coming loose, so you want to check that nut. Yeah, it could possibly very much be drive shaft wobbling. What's up, Chris? Good to see you. What's up, Caleb? I had Pops over today listening. We have something to try. Okay, try out that balancer, isn't it? Something like that. So, I did want to make a quick shout to going back to the rewind. I don't know where it's at though. Here we go. So we finished out the Tremec season, and I don't know why I can't bring that up. That sucks. So me, John Askey, and Chris Markham were the three people this weekend that could win the T56. John was in the lead by like 1.5 points, but we had 8 cars at the rewind, and it couldn't have ended any better. So I don't know why I can't pull up the other picture, but whatever. We're going to make a little video about this. John on the right has the S650 twin turbo Coyote, which is nasty, 1,500 horsepower. Chris Markham on the other side, he has an LS single turbo, trick flow heads, bad little bitch, silver Camaro, Magnum F gear for G-force gear, whatever, faceplate or whatever. Slipper clutch. It's about all I know. I know he makes 4-digit plus too. So we all make 4 digits. But anyways, all year long I've been racing with these guys. They did wonderful. I think the points ended where Chris was actually 2 points behind me and 3.5 points behind John Askey. Super cool story. He had to pull John first, and unfortunately, John couldn't hold him off right to the stripe. And Chris ended up moving on to the next round. As long as he didn't see me in the finals, Chris had a chance to win the T56. So with him being 3.5 points behind the leader, he made a 0.5 point more than John. John was at 14.5 and I was at 14. So we were all within a point of each other. Everybody deserved it. So I wanted to make a shout out to these guys for stick shifting with me all year. And like we did a five race series that started in early May. And, you know, to keep your shit together the whole year and to be competitive, you guys will know how hard that shit is to get your shit out the jack stands, let alone maintenance and carry over a 1,000+ horsepower stick shift car. You see what I'm saying? I mean, Heath knows what I'm talking about in the chat with Realty. You know, it's not easy. The shit just breaks all the time. But that's the reason why, you know, it's called racing, not winning, for a reason. And it wasn't our turn to win. I was 600 feet away from it, and it just wasn't my time. See what I mean? So big shout out to these guys. Congratulations, Chris Markham on the left. GM LS stick shift for winning the points. So I'll make another post about it another time. But there's something else I want to talk about here in a minute that pertains to breaking shit. That's pretty much the topic of the evening-ish. What's up, Gabe Large? Good to see you. Roy Gustafson, good to see you. Didn't see you sneak in there, bro. So I'm going to show you guys the topic of the evening. We did do a, where the hell did that go? Hang on a second. Are we, did we lose the internet for a second? Or are we good? Whatever. Hold on a second. I just heard it beep. That's why I asked. Trying to bring up the pictures that I was telling you guys about. So we were underneath the car, nut bolt checking the car this past week. And we found this shit. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Let me find it. I just saved it in here. What the hell? Give me 1 second. Jeez, Pete. Oh, what the hell is that? This is pissing me off. Why can't it? Why won't it come up? So we were nut bolt checking the car the other day, and we found some shit that was not good. Like, it just was not good at all. And I can't bring it up. I don't know why. There's a spot in my car that started to rip. And I think this will show it. It's a pretty up spot. Like, you can see it right here. As I would zoom in and bring the other picture up, but I'm not going to fight that shit. I'm literally ripping the car in half. And it's, I know that I've had a number of people, guys, if you're out there racing your foxbody, I noticed this, and you would think that's drive shaft damage or whatever, but it's not. That, I don't remember that at all. I look over my floor pans, my torque boxes. I'll look over this shit nonstop all the time. You know what I mean? And I've actually watched this past weekend. I've actually watched that tear continue to creep, because I put like little paint markers in it, like little paint markers to see if it's actually, after this weekend, to see if it does it. And it did. It moved a little bit. So that's, you know, that's just nasty. We posted it up on Facebook, and, you know, the couple pictures that I showed, and they showed, and this is like legitimately in front of the rear seats. So this is like mid-body. This isn't backed by the torque boxes. You can see the torque boxes are down that channel there. And that stuff's rippled there meant to buckle. And this is why, this is the significant reason why you need to weld. You can see I bolted my old subframes in. I've had those subframe those torque box reinforcements in there for like 20 years or 15 years, whatever. They were old school. You know, it's when I was learning how to weld and whatever. I'm not going to make any excuses, but I bolted them in first and then I welded them. But that wasn't there like 3 months ago. And Skylar Hardy, a friend of mine that on the Tremec team that races, 8-second Coyote supercharged car, he pulled his carbon back and he found some shit. And it's kind of funny because, and it's not funny, but it's kind of crazy because like I had a whole slew of people in my Facebook like did not know that damage was there. And they didn't look. And even John Kinter, my buddy, said, you know what? I just found 2 tears in the same spot. And I had no idea that shit did that. So, I put in the thumbnail, coming apart. I mean, the car we're taking apart anyways. But one of the things that I had mentioned is, this shit is 40 years old. And these are some of the things that you're going to deal with. I mean, my car's got 1 3/4 chromoly cage. So it's got above tech. I think tech is 1 5/8. It doesn't even have to be 1 3/4. McBride actually set up a halo and, I had a roll bar in it for years. This is the shit that happens to your car from, and this could just be from age, but, if you have an opportunity to run with like through the floor subframe connectors or the Stifler's fit system will help prevent some of this. It's definitely something to work. Cause I mean, this is just stress. This is just pure this is like, you have to step back and be like, all right, this isn't an easy fix. This is like, where's this coming from? You know what I mean? Like, sure, I can just weld it up and go, whatever, but you can see it's buckling. Like, okay, so what's weak that needs to be fixed that's making that buckle? So, I want you guys to check your cars out. When you're buying a new fox body, and I'm going to reference this week in the videos, when you're buying a fox body to build, make sure you specifically check this area. You know what I mean? And it was the weirdest shit because I never noticed it before, but it had to have been in the past few months just tearing and shit. So it's just time. It's just that, it's what I'm, hell yeah, Roy. I mean, it's just twisting the unibody. And I guess this wasn't uncommon. I guess me being one of the, I've had other people send me bunches of pictures of their shit just all tore up. So I'm gonna close that off. It's Facebook blowing up. I'll have mine welded in boxes, reinforcing. Then they're ready ahead of the game. Yeah. So, when you put in, I think if you put like the Team Z subframe, the through the floor subframe connectors, it will definitely help with that issue if you can do that. Let me switch that. Sorry, fellas. Hang on a second. Keep it blowing up. Anyway, that's basically like we're literally it brings me back to the Fast and the Furious shit that when what was it, Dom that was saying that there was so much torque when it was coming off the line, it just literally twisted the whole body. That's the only thing I can think of. One car I bought, I didn't know about it until I ripped the carpet up. Mine was ripping out where the upper control arm bolt. Yep. It's that Neo power. Yeah. It's that 1,000 torque coming out of the hole. Do you weld your physical torque boxes up underneath? Yeah, they're all welded, but they were bolted before just to set them in place. It makes sense. I mean, I could have just put a couple set screws in and just welded around it, but I bolted and welded mine in. Not that it's helped it, because listen, torque box reinforcements are very, very important, and you have to weld your torque box up, the rear part and the front part, like they're where it meets the floor pan. I'm going to be honest with you. There's like 3 spot welds there, and it's kind of crazy how much power we put to these things that shouldn't be done there at that torque box. It's the craziest thing ever. So, yeah. I had reinforcements bolted in and stitched welded. I'm hoping that it'd be enough without torque box replacement. So if you can do torque box replacements, always the best idea. But through the floor subframes at a minimum, if you're going to race and make 1,000 horsepower. I mean, the Stifler ones are good. We run with those, and you know those will get you to 1,000 for a period of time. But that's something that, I mean, you can stick through the floor subframe connectors on top of the other subframe connectors, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So, anyways, that's pretty much, you know, what's going on in the black car or the white car right now. And it's just, you know, it's getting to the point to where, you know, it's like, you know, I have to take this, you know, we have the Coupe coming up this year, and we weren't supposed to race the white car this year anyways. We were supposed to be in the Coupe anyways, right? But, you know, we went through some shit last year. We had to figure some stuff out. And by the time we got back into the garage, it was like February. And we actually parked the white car running really well at the end of 25. So we gave it, or 24. We gave it another, you know, another year, and that motor just got faster and better all year long. So we're just going to stick everything in the Coupe that has aftermarket Team Z upper and lowers, bunches of bar angles that I can do there. It's got a cage. It's got tubular front end. It's going to be pretty badass little unit. So I'm pretty excited to put all that stuff in the Coupe. I have Maximum Motorsports subframes, not through the floor ones. I never plan to make 1K horsepower, but things get, I mean, if you start creeping in on 4 digits, guys, it might be something you want to consider. I'm not a welder, but I know a few people. I'm not making 1,000, maybe 100. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So, yeah, I mean, after 40 years, I mean, you got to see this shit. It's the craziest stuff. Like I didn't expect to see that when I ripped it. You know, when we were nut bolt checking the car, I didn't expect to see, you know, a big X tape. I didn't even know what that shit was. I just kind of looked at Fred and Paul and was like, "Have you guys noticed that?" And they were like, "No, we don't even know what that is, bro." So, I mean, it is what it is. Mustang guy, 500 horsepower is monster in these cars. That's right. That's right. That's the importance of good subframes, torque box reinforcements. If you're going to run a radial and try to do separation, I'm trying to tell y'all, you're going to need some reinforcements, because a radial, if you lose a radial, if you shake a tire in a radial, it breaks shit. And, you know, slick is a lot, you know, everyone thinks that you run slicks. Oh, you run slicks, you're going to break your shit. No, slicks actually absorb very well. They absorb the shock. If you shake the tires, they're not so harsh. Radials are faster tire. They will always be a faster tire. They're a harder tire. They don't grow as much, you know, and it's much safer really to run a radial. I mean, because it's, you know, once it hooks, it's straight for the most part. But I mean, you unload them, you're done. Slicks will recover a lot better. But for those that don't know, remember my father was facing stage 4 cancer last year and was given a year to best. Unfortunately, he went through early July scan. It's almost gone, and now it's back to full-blown stage cancer. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Everybody keep Jesse's father, and you know, keep Jesse in your prayers and his family, and what's going on with his family. Please. Jesse's been a good guy on the channel, very active, and we appreciate him. Got a chance to meet him down at Plates and 28 about a year ago. So I hope everything works out well, brother. Prayers to you. The cancer sucks. It just took. I also want to say, if you guys remember Bill Cummins, he was here on the channel. Good friend of mine. He had passed a couple weeks ago, so I don't know if I mentioned it last week, but you know, prayers to him as well, him and his family. I mean, he has passed, so you know, prayers to his family. And he was a good friend of ours. He watched our channel a lot. He would text me, and he was very active. He was my father-in-law's best friend, and they would, you know, wild hog ride the bikes all day. And you know, my father-in-law Paul, he's is a good man. That family's a good man, good people. And yeah, so that was pretty recent. That was a couple weeks ago. So cancer sucks. And I'm sorry, and prayers to you people that are the people, you people in the channel possibly, or watching this, that may be going through something like that. Prayers to you as well. So be praying for you and your family. Yes. So I appreciate that, guys. We got a good community here, man. You know, prayers to you people that are going through all the trials and tribulations of cancer, and family members that are sick. Those who you know, it is what it is, folks. I mean, it is what it is, as far as, like, you know, we should be praying for these people. We should be you know, encouraging these people. You know, it's the type of situation that we should be helping out. So yeah, it is. It's unfortunate more than anything for everybody. I can't say enough. It's been a tough couple weeks, you know, with losing him, and you know, we just lost another family member earlier this year to cancer. So I get it, guys. I get it. It sucks. Lost my dad a few years ago, stage 4. I'm sorry for all that. You know, I just felt I needed to tell you guys, you know, I love y'all. Keep your head up. You know, cancer sucks. It can kiss my ass. Keto for cancer, figured it out 100 years ago and got the Nobel Prize for it. Keto for cancer. Yeah, something about sugar and stuff like feeds cancer. I don't know. I've done a lot of research on it too. I hate it. So anyways, not to move on from that subject, it's kind of tough, but we do have some banners to give away and some hats and some t-shirts. So thankfully that doesn't run in my family, but we have heart disease and stroke. We're not getting any younger, man. I know. We always talk about it, man. Get your shit out the jack stands. You gotta stay in good health best you can, fellas. Like, I know that's not car guy shit, but I mean, we can't work on our shit if we're sick all the time, you know. So gotta watch what you eat, gotta watch your weight, you know, and just try to be the best you can, you know. I watched too many pass away from it. I don't wish it on my worst enemy. You're right. You're 100% right. Sorry to hear that, Jesse, for sure. I got a 408 with DSS street strip. I'm trying to get in my Coupe this winter. That's what I'm talking about. I like hearing shit like that. I'm proud to, you know, I'm humbled to be able to tell you guys, you know, get your shit out the jack stands. That's what we do around here. Like, we didn't make, we haven't been out of the first round in 3 months since this past week, right? I haven't had much confidence. I'll go to a test and tune or a street night, and I'll bust some ass on the track and make a badass pass, but I'll take that shit to a track, and I don't know, you know, we'll get better. I ain't worried about it. You know, we'll get better. We are better. We are good. We're good at racing. We just, sometimes you just ain't your turn. Stick shift's getting fast in Ohio. It's ridiculously fast. And, you know, everybody out there, 1,000 horsepower, 8-second, 7-second cars, you know, running mid-8 or mid-5s, high-5s, low-5s, depending on what track we're on. So what's going on with the black car? So we talked about that a little bit earlier. Black car is going to be, we're going to talk about what happened this week, and we're going to start tearing it apart. Not tearing it apart. We're going to do something different here on the channel. We're going to bring the content. I'm going to go get a Harbor Freight piece that holds the engine up, and I'm going to pull the damn K member out. Like, I don't think I've ever fixed an engine from underneath. And considering we know it's bearing, right? We know it's rod bearing somewhere. It's a rod bearing. I know it is. It's probably the same damn bearing that failed in the 387. I'm telling you. The 387 didn't have any oil in it because it was leaking and shit and had a shitty pan. But pretty sure the rod bearing probably was the bad part. So I'm losing weight. Hey, that's something, man. Weight's a big one. Weight's, you know, weight is health. It'll definitely help you. That's why Ozembic's so damn popular. Sorry, I was late. Different. You doing the EcoBoost? No, we're not doing anything different. The 393 is staying in the black car. We're just going to fix it. We're going to try to fix it like we would if we were at the track or on the side of the road. You know, I mean, I guess that's kind of a bad scenario. We're just going to we've never brought the K member down. We're going to drill 2 pilot holes for my K member because we have it plumb bobbed, right? It's been like that for 15 years. We'll drill 2 holes for the pilot so we know where it's going back in. And then we're going to drop the K member and we're going to take the oil pan out. Now there's this tool you can get from Harbor Freight that'll hold the engine up from the strut towers. So we'll hold the engine up and we'll take the oil pan off of it. Bro, I was 430 10 months ago. Hell yeah, brother. I like it. Yeah, I'm never going to eco boost anything. Sorry. Maybe my go-kart. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So, let's go ahead and give away a hat and or t-shirt. So if you win, okay, I need you to go to neomustangs.com. If you guys want to check out some merch, we got some new merch up. We got the jack stand shit right here on our shelf. So if you're watching on a laptop or even on your phone, I think you can see the merch shelf. Yeah, there's we have the jack stand shirts there from Teespring, and then we have the ones on the website are way better quality, and they're actually made by 417 Fox, Mike Johnson. So big shout out to him and Angel for what they do for us here on the channel. Matter of fact, we may be going to Foxtoberfest. We'll talk about that last. But there's going to be some things that have to happen before then. Anyway, go to neomustangs.com, pick out the color, pick out the size, email me and tell me which one you want, and then your address, and we'll get it shipped to you. So I have that tool you're talking about. I had it. Yeah. So, I mean, it holds the engine up. So we're going to just put that on the channel. So the shirt or hat, t-shirt you want is neomustangs.com. That's our website. Check out some merch there. And neomustangs@hotmail.com, which is part of my 365. Don't make fun of my Hotmail. I don't give a shit. Hotmail's worked for me. That's the email that we got. So anyways, let's do a trivia. Let's do trivia for hat or t-shirt. Man, we appreciate you, Jesse, man. We got you. We got a good community here. I got a good audience. I appreciate you guys, everyone in the chat, for being, being a good human, prayers to the families that we were talking about earlier. So, we'll do a trivia. Let's see who's paying attention. Now, I mean, you got to give me a second to think of something good. You got to give me a second to think something good. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. What? Huh. Shit, I don't know anything to do. Give me something. Well, you obviously can't put it in chat. I don't think anybody is going to get this on the channel. But I'm going to say it anyways, because I don't think I even had a YouTube channel when I was doing this. What was the part that failed on my original White Cars engine when it was a 306 Edelbrock heads, GT40 intake, upper lower? I've mentioned it before, very, very vaguely. It wasn't the oil pump. What was the part that failed that ruined the engine on the way home from the dyno? Not a lifter, not an oil pump. I'm pretty sure cam dowel pin. Nope. That's a good one, though. That failed on my White Car. Distributor gear? Nope. Crank? Nope. Dizzy gear? Nope. Retainer? Nope. Oil pump shaft. There it is. So, When I was driving home from the white car used to be a 306 budget build, Edelbrock cylinder heads that I bought for $500 from a buddy local. We had a GT40 tubular upper lower. It had red interior in it. My white car was street car AF, and it was the epitome of. You're both right. That's what it was. It was a twisted oil pump shaft, but it was the oil pump shaft. So I'm going to go with Pence's pony performance here. So, anyways, the reason why I bring that up, guys, if you're building an engine, it's like literally $20. Get the ARP drive shaft, oil pump drive shaft, distributor drive shaft. Don't put the stock one back in. End of story. You'd be surprised, and I'm about to put a little birdie in your ear, or whatever, a little show, whatever. I'm chirping in your ear. You'll be surprised on how many drive shafts right now are in fox bodies that are being driven around that are twisted and literally look like a Twizzler. It's not broke yet. Like, that should probably bother you if you in a stock bottom end motor that's got like a supercharger or a turbo. It's not anything making power that spins the shit out. I mean, it could be stock motor for all I care. But if you're going to build, and that's the reason why I use that as a question, that is 100% what happened. We made like 280 horsepower. I'm not even going to lie to you. Edelbrock performer heads, GT40 upper lower tubular intake, budget shit. I mean, they made like 280 wheel, white car, chrome Cobra R, super stanced. It was super cool, red interior. I don't give a fuck. The point of the matter is, when I was driving home, I lost oil pressure, and I made it all the way home with like, I thought the gauge went bad, but we ended up not having oil pressure at all. And then when we tore the motor apart, we found the distributor shaft literally snapped in half, whatever. So that's why I want to do that. That's your tech tip for the night. Plus, it's the hat, t-shirt question. I think it's pretty good. I think it's a good question to do. I mean, if you're going to build an engine, you're going to put a stock bottom end together or whatever. I'm telling you, it's a cheap $15 or $20 insurance that you're not going to have to deal with the bullshit. So, like a Twizzler, just like a Twizzler. So, congratulations, Pence Pony. Like I said earlier, hit the website neomustangs.com, and then email me at neomustangs@hotmail.com and tell me which one it is, what color and size, and your address. And I want to thank you guys that's been part of that, part of the goal tonight. Jesse Workman, I appreciate the $10. American Gear made it happen with the 50. Jesse again with the 10, 20, and another 10. So I appreciate you guys for being part of that. It goes to help the channel and do stuff like this. I mean, YouTube takes like 35% of our money, the little ramen noodle money we got. It's the worst tax on the planet, but it's what it is. So anyways, Jesse, I appreciate you stopping in, man. Appreciate you being here tonight. Hope you all have a good week, and be safe out there. And Jesse's a trucker, and his truck's a bad piece of work, man. I'm gonna pull that picture up and show him next week, Jesse. He's got that's a badass rig he's got. So I'll show that off a little bit, man. And thank you for what you do here for us here. But anyways, yeah, it twisted like a Twizzler, just like a Twizzler. And I'm telling you, if you're gonna build your motor or rebuild your motor, change the damn thing. It's an ARP. It's literally $20. Don't second guess it. What's tubular intakes going for now? I don't know, like 1,200, 1,500, or a lot. So we are going to be giving away the banner too. So I'll let you guys choose. Let me see what the extra ones that Hanlon gave us are. We'll give away one of those. How about, who is this? Oh shit. I think I might keep this one. I actually run Ron Francis's AC99. I think it is. I'm gonna keep this one. I actually run Ron Francis's AC99 fan controller. And I know you know in the Holly system you can control it now, but I don't know. Maybe I'll give it away. Maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. We'll see if we can find a spot for it first. But damn it, just throw it down there. We got one more McLeod left. Which one y'all want, McLeod or Tremec? Yes, I didn't have the $20 the last time. I'm getting it this time, dude. Trust me, it's the worst. It's probably one of the shittiest ones. What's up, Mike Berger? Good to see you, bro. Did you get that cog pulley put on your setup? All right, let's go with McLeod. I'm gonna actually ask. Join in time for banners. I'm gonna actually ask. We'll give away a Tremec one. We'll save this one for another day. This is the last McLeod one. I'd like to actually have more before I give away the last one. I got a couple handlings left too, so I got to get another handling. So we'll give away the Tremec one since I'm wearing the Tremec shirt. And Tremec did the point series, and we finished the point series this weekend. So we'll go with Tremec this week. So hashtag Tremec. Let's make it happen. I put Ron Francis harness in 65 Chevelle and got another one for a foxbody. I love that shit. Ron Francis stuff works. I've had, let's put it this way, I think it's AC99. Is it AC99? The Icebox cooling AR90 is AR99. That's the one I run. Yep. It's called an Icebox cooling fan controller. Guys, I've ran that shit for, well, I don't know. I think it's been in the black car and the white car over a decade now. Like they switch on, it's got, I use the, hell yeah, bro. I use the actual key on for, from the smog pump, I think, because I don't run smog pump no more. So there's an ignition key on at the smog pump. So I ran the key on from the smog pump, or was it? Yeah, and then you just set the temperature or whatever. It's pretty cool. Berger's going to win the banner. Might as well send it to him, right? I don't know about that, man. You guys be going through that shit. Jesus. So anyway, AR99 is the one that we use in both the cars. So, and I do when I choose a banner guy, I'm usually pretty. I don't look at the screen. So people do win, and I know people do spam. I try to get people not to do it, but they're going to do it anyway. Don't really matter. We'll figure it out. Not like it's going to be the last banner. I just got 12 of these from Tremec last week. So we got to get McLeod to send me another stack of them and then get some stick burners. And I would love to make some for myself, but these things are expensive, man. They want like $250 or $25 per, per banner and shit. They're not cheap at all. So let me make sure that I think that's got to come. I don't know. Jesse's gone. It's got to come from the book of faces. The book of faces. Okay, here we go. Tremec banner. Let's go. Time for the banners. Mike Berger's not even in it because he's already got Tremec. All right, here we go. Matt Bollinger. Is that what it said? Yeah. So Matt Bollinger, congratulations. So I don't know if you got the spiel earlier, but I need your address. So email me at Neomustangs@hotmail.com, Matt, and we'll send this out. Oop. Right here. So congratulations to Matt Bullinger, both you and Pence. Pence, you got the correct question for the hat t-shirt. Let me know which one you want. And then Tremick for the banner. So sorry for all the people who lost. We'll have more. I like giving this shit away, man. What do you guys think? Ooh, I gotta keep going down. So anyway, any manuals or videos you can recommend for indexing manual transmission? I think Hamlin Motorsports might have something. I know it's talked about. Indexing's not easy. Maybe Kevin Wilson might have something on the on the tube. Once I win a Tremick banner, I'll go with a TKX. I won't spam us. It's all right. I'm holding my we Pimp, man. I'm gonna almost feel bad if you don't win the Vibrance. They're always next time, brothers. You know, I mean, I'm gonna be giving, as long as I'm doing live streams, we're gonna be giving away a banner, even if I gotta buy the damn things. I know I need to make some for myself, but like I said, those things are like $25 a piece, and then most companies want you to buy like 25 or 50 of them just to make them. You know what I mean? I mean, hell, how much money would that be? That's a lot of damn money. So if we made like 50 of them, that would give us enough banners for the whole year-ish. Say we just made 25. That's what, $500? I guess that's not terrible. But you're welcome, brother. I know of a decent, clean 4-eyes around you for sale. You know of any? No. Foxbody's getting hard to find, bro. They're getting hard. I mean, they say there's shells all over the South, but I don't know about that. There's a lot of people, man. There's like 100 people that's usually in chat trying to win the banner too, though, Joe. So I've had people win numerous ones. KK's Garage won a couple. There's a Gabe's Large won, the Stifler's won in the Tremick. There's been a number of people that's won multiple ones. I think Berger both won the McLeod and the Tremick one. Because you have 100 of them, bro. Pimp, if I win Vibrance, I'll donate them to you so you call double your chances. There's a few in the film. That's because you have got a couple more than that. Hard to find any solid shells. Probably out of like the 100 that I own, there's probably only like 4 that have good shells, like really good shells. Any Foxbody can be saved at this point. You get to a point to where, yeah, you get to a point to where it's time to hang it up. You know, if you're replacing pillars and floor pans and strut towers and yeah, there's just so much. You're basically building another car like Ford did. I mean, let's be honest. So I sit this one out for someone who could win the banner. I appreciate you, Gabe. You don't have to sit out, bro. Ever. Been trying with Neo, Brutal, and Foxcatch for 3 years. Maybe someday. For what? Winning a banner? I might be selling an 89 Coupe. That's cool. I'll send you a Tremick banner that I have in my Look at you guys. You guys are crazy. So, live stream. There's Pence. I got you. I don't see. I usually try to make sure Matt Bullinger, if you can email me, that would be cool. I won 2, so I need to sit. Nah, you don't have to, you guys don't have to sit out. That's what it's all about. It's fine. I get this shit for you guys. Listen, I do what I can do for the community, and I do what I can do for stick shift racing because I enjoy doing it. You know, I don't want anybody to ever feel bad about winning something or beating me in a race. Not that anybody would ever feel bad about beating me in a race. I don't really give a shit that much. I enjoy racing, period. The only thing that makes me sad when I lose is I don't get to run another pass. You know what I mean? I don't really care. And, you know, kudos to those I've raced this year that I've lost to. Kudos to those that I've beat. You know, we were doing a lot of shakedown. We weren't really technically going to race the white car. Got like a whole half second faster this year, and I lost more this year than I did earlier in 24, you know, in 24. But I'm pretty excited for the Coupe. I think if I take what the white car needs attention with the tear in the floor pan, we're at the point where the white car needs torque boxes and the white car needs through the floor subframe connectors before we even put that car back on the road. I'm being honest with you. I'm not, you know, that tear is the exact reason why you don't cut a cage out of a car when it's been in the car for a long time, because that car has settled around the cage. So you cut it and you'll twist the car. Do you understand? So if you buy a car that's got a cage in it, do yourself a favor and just leave it alone. Otherwise, you're going to get tears and ripples and all that shit like I just showed you with my white car. So we got some things we need to talk about what we got to do with the white car. I mean, it's not going anywhere. That car is absolutely rust free 100%. But, you know, we've ran many laps in that car, and I think it's time to kind of set it off to the side, put a cover over it, and take the parts out of it and put it in the Coupe. I think it's the Coupe's turn. I've always wanted a Coupe on the channel, and I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'll just have to drive it and get used to it and see if I even like it. You know, I've been a hatchback GT guy for many decades. But any thoughts on Cletus versus Granis incident kind of making stick shift world look bad? I don't think it made stick shift look bad at all. But I don't really have anything to say about it. I think stick shift is a great class in general. It doesn't really come down to one race like that. I think stick shift is way further than, you know, I want people to come out and enjoy stick shift, not watch it, just come out and enjoy it at the track or whatever. But as far as like my thoughts or comments, I don't have any. So, I mean, stick shift racing, anything can happen. You know what I mean? So I enjoy it, and that's one of the reasons why I like to be in the class that much. Tried to find someone to install subframe, install frame rails, fender aprons. It was impossible, so I parted it out. Man, that sucks. No cage, no car. I want a really nice, healthy NA setup. If you don't like it, Neo, send it my way. I'm going to snag a 7451 Windsor block tomorrow. Any suggestions on what I should check for? My first engine build. Check for cracks around the the freeze plugs. We found a 351 Windsor that had cracks around freeze plugs. One of the telltale signs of freeze plugs or the motor being overheated or potential cracks on any block, guys, is somebody putting one. If you ever see a block that's got one of them rubber freeze plugs put in it, that block potentially has a crack in it somewhere, because that block's been overheated enough. Most case scenario has been overheated enough to where it has been cracked because of the heat. You see what I'm saying? So I do as well. Just I like the fact that a Coupe launch is different to me. Are manual steering racks built the same-ish? Neo, do you have a short throw on your TKX? Yes, I have the Hanlon short throw. So the Hanlon short throw shifter on the TKX actually shortens the shift by 27%. So you guys know. So it's a quick shift. The original Tremec one has got a longer throw to it. Cracks around main journal, freeze plug area. Yep. Good night, Murphy's Law. It's good to see you, brother. It's good to see you. Yeah, my Coupe is actually significantly lighter. It's probably 400 pounds more lighter, and the weight bias is different. Very important. My Coupe is going to be 50-50 when I already know, even with the heavy aftermarket block in the front. It's going to be 50-50 right off the jump. So it's going to be nice. Yeah, cracks in the cam journal. You want to look in cracks on the walls of you know, where the main's at. Usually in 351, you're not going to find any cracks on the mains because the mains are thick. They're like big block mains. You're not going to blow a main up on a 351. You'd be lucky if you split it. 351s don't suffer. When you try to RPM the shit out of them, they you know, you'll bend a rod. Where's lazy install right freeze plug? That's right. So yeah, I mean, the rubber freeze plugs are a dead giveaway. Probably shouldn't buy that block. Will a twisted oil pump shaft make adjusting the distributor hard to move? Maybe. Could be bent. Could be ready to go out. I mess with Volt and I prefer Coupe. So, like I said, the way we got this driveline moving in the white car this year, you know, I think shaving 400 horse, or excuse me, you know, weight is free horsepower, period. My white car with me in it's 3220. With me in the Coupe, it's going to be like 2820. And it's going to still look true street-ish. It's going to have 2 seats, going to have a dash, no rear seat. And it's just going to have things that make it still look like a street car. Eventually, with the twins, I'm going to do like an aluminum pipes to the back. I like that. I like what Mike Niehaus did with his car, with his twin turbo 331. But I want it to still be light and useful. So I might have a 3-inch aluminum exhaust built, 1 pipe per turbo that goes all the way to the back of the car. And it's in tailpipes. You know what I mean? I think that would look really cool. Off topic, but what is your leg? Has your leg healed? Yes, actually, bro, I just ran 3 miles today for the first time in almost a month. So I had tennis leg. Like when I took off and was racing against B, it actually ripped my calf. I thought it tore my Achilles, but it didn't. So it was the craziest. Hey, Neo, I sent you an email. Thank you so much. Yeah, I got it right here, brother. I got them both. So make sure you, the Tremec banner, Eric, black, 2X. Okay, you gave me the picture. That's perfect. I can forward that to Mike at 417 Fox. So appreciate you guys. I always try to make sure before I get off the live stream that shit's taken care of. Like I said, you guys want to check out that merch, help the channel out. We got some cool shit over at neomustangs.com. Got the t-shirts, got the hats. Big shout out to Second Ship Racing, Garrett Leach. Garrett Leach is the designer, him and Heath Maxwell. Yeah, with Real Teal. I think. Don't quote me, but Garrett Leach is the Second Ship Racing guy. If you guys go check him out, he'll be on his way to Mod Nats this week. He is the owner and creator of the Tamer. I call it the G unit, but he doesn't like that. So he's got probably the best Tamer on the planet. And yeah, if you're looking to clutch some shit up, I don't know if he's selling it 400, 500, 450. I don't know how much it's going for, but it's not cheap, but it's worth every penny. So it's a well-built, well-designed Tamer. If you're getting into the race series a little bit with stick shift, it will. I mean, I can left foot like a Tamer 9 out of 10 times, but there are some times I F it up too. And I think a Tamer is definitely going to help me on a radial 100%. And that's one of the main reasons why I want it. Yeah, we messed that up bad, bro. Like I've ran every day for like a year, between 2 and 3 miles. I keep my fitness up, fellas. And the one time I try to sprint, I sprint 5 feet and it blows my damn calf out. It's crazy. Where do you name Neo come from? Neo came from the Matrix. So when I created Neo Mustangs, it was back in the Matrix days, like 2004, 2005, whatever. In Neo, it's actually Northeast Ohio, which is exactly where I'm in the tip of Northeast Ohio by Cleveland. So it just went with it. I just went with Neo Mustangs. So it was like Northeast Ohio Mustangs. That's where I got the name from. It's from Matrix because I was really big in Matrix was cool as hell. And I thought Neo was a cool name to be called. And I didn't think people would call me that. You know, it just call me Dan. I don't give a damn. But that was, I don't know if you guys knew that. But that's, it just, Northeast Ohio stands for Neo, and Neo was the Matrix, and that's when I designed it like 22 years ago or some shit. It's crazy. Mud chops. I'm ready to actually get the tamer on. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I'm healed up now too. So anyways, what we got coming up? We got to tear into the black car. Okay, Foxtoberfest. We were going to talk about that real quick. There is an off chance that I'm going to be at Foxtoberfest this year. I don't even know why I'm trying to talk into this damn thing. It ain't working. We're just going to pretend. Damn. So anyways, there's an off chance that we'll be at Foxtoberfest. And the reason why I tell you that is because I think Brutal's going as well, possibly. And I don't know if Foxcast is going, but the last I heard it was no. But I was going to possibly go anyways, even if, regardless of who is going. Because we bought a whole shit ton of merch. Like we bought like $3,000 worth of merch from Mike, and we sold a bunch before Takeover, but I have a lot to sell. And if I keep that shit around too long, I'm just going to end up giving it away. But, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. But anyways, plus it gives me a chance to just hard park for a day and just, you know, kind of hang out with some people, some good foxbody people, and have some fun. But the only way I would be driving another 650 miles to go to another event is if I came with the black car. So we're going to make a push this week. The reason why I bring it up and make it being long-winded and shit, we're going to make a push this week to fix this black car. So I'm going to try to do as much footage as I can on it. I'm still going to make the video on what happened and what we're going to do to fix it. But we're already going to be tearing it apart for the next video for next week of us fixing it. So this should not be a difficult fix. We either get in there and it's a piece of shit and it's done, or we get in there and we're going to try to fix it with an undersized bearing. Because I know it's probably one, if not two. So wouldn't it be just cool if we just fixed it and just sent it and had some fun with it? Right? I mean, it's worth it. It's worth trying. I mean, hopefully we didn't bend the rod. I doubt that. It did. There wasn't an event that happened with the black car. I just started hearing some noise and then it just shut off. And then it was hard to start. I know what that is. It isn't locked up. It's close, but it's not locked up. So how about some pink shirts for the ladies? I'm not allowed to sell pink shirts right now. per the request of my lady. Where is Foxtoberfest? It is in North Carolina, in Concord, North Carolina. So Jen, if you guys want to check out Jen's site at Foxtoberfest, you can just look it up on Google. It's very, very common, or it'll come straight up, you know, first thing in the Google stuff. Foxtoberfest 2025 is in, you know, it's in Concord, North Carolina. And usually it pulls 750 to like 1,000 fox bodies. I think it still pulls numbers like that. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's a big event. It's an end of the year event. It's a week-long thing too. It's like you can go there on Wednesday and you're going to see a shit ton of fox bodies. And there's the other event that's happening next year. I mean, it happened earlier in the year. That's getting really big like that is the Motor City Fox Fest, which is up there in Detroit in Ford's headquarters parking lot. So Jen, I think, throws her parking in the Charlotte Speedway. So it's not just a random parking lot. It's like next to ZMAX Speedway. It's really lots of room, lots of cool shit. There's a reason to go and to enjoy it. Are you coming back to Delaware on November 8th? I am not, unfortunately. I'd love to, but White Car is literally ripping apart. And I don't want to race it anymore. I want to take it apart. We need to start taking the White Car apart now because South Georgia Motorsports Park is going to be our next race. And that's not even been announced yet. So we're looking at coming right off the trailer, going straight into quarter-mile racing from the jump with the Coupe. So I'm excited, man. The Coupe's going to have different struts and shocks. It's going to have a different bar angle. It's not going to travel like the White Car, so it's going to be stanced out. It's going to be different. I'm going to have the ability to put I'm going to have it set up to where I can change a bar angle and I can put my long travels on and go race at a back half. But I'm going to set the car up to run radial and slick. So it's going to be pretty cool. Hell yeah. What do you say? Shout out to what? I had it up on the screen. Shout out to Handler Motorsports for going above and beyond local racer. That's right. Love the Motor City Fox Fest show. It's a great show. I got to Ford Nationals. So Ford Nationals we were supposed to go to this year, and we didn't get a chance to. I think Cousin Paul represented us a little bit there, but he just went there to pick a bunch of parts. Swap meet at Foxovers has gotten a lot bigger. So I would definitely be interested in coming down. That's one of the things that I'm a swap meet guy, fellas. I'm junkyard. I'm swap meet. That's what we do. If I didn't go to that swap meet in Bowling Green, Mike Niehaus possibly wouldn't have won that race because he would have had no idea that there was a budget cheap China turbo sitting on a damn bench over there, and he would have been out for it would have changed the trajectory of the stick shift shootout from Bowling Green because Mike Niehaus, who won it, was out on Friday. And I told him, I'm like, look, not to pat myself on the back. You guys seen the video. I thought it was cool as shit. I'm like, dude, that little China turbo will work on your twin turbo setup. Go put it on. Shit, we had that turbo kit sold by the time he got out of Kentucky. So it's a good story, man. That's legendary shit. I'm a swap meet junkyard guy. And if I can help somebody, even if I'm racing that dude, I'm going to help him. That's what we do. We're good people. Real recognizes real. Always remember that. There's a reason why you guys sit here and talk shit with me on a Sunday. Real recognizes real. We enjoy that stuff. We're good people. We got a pretty good community. We got a good audience. You know what I mean? Most are respectful, and it's okay. We talk a little shit here and there. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's Jack Stand shirts, baby. But you know what? For the most part, we all have the same trajectory, and I'm just here to try to get you guys motivated. If your shit's on the jack stands, get it off. Get it off the jack stand. So Doug Pitts. Oh yeah, Pitts is good. The swap meet, Foxtoberfest. Let me catch up here. Foxtoberfest is a good one. The Motor City Fox Fest's gotten bigger. That's right. Yeah, I love the swap meets twice a year, Charlotte Motorsports. So I love that shit. So it's gonna be a good time. I also heard Pitts is good. Yeah, so there's a number of shows. I mean, clearly Ford Takeovers just went above and beyond this year. You guys missed Ford Takeover. I mean, it was huge. There was so many people there. The track is really pretty good. Like Jackson's track in September in the fall is actually pretty good. It wasn't terrible. What made Jackson track really scary was past the launch pad. It was like 300 feet to 660. So the track was good. The venue was good. It wasn't super hot. There was a lot of good vendors. I just really want you guys to consider going to Ford Takeover when you get a chance, because you get your hard parking 1 week or pre-meet, you call it, and then you get the track. You know what I mean? All day Saturday. You get the dyno shit. Where you can, you get 5 or 10 guys in the dyno, 15 guys in the dyno. It's good times, man. It's good times. It's official, bro. Fox City Motor Fest is a little bit different because it's nostalgic, man. It's in Ford's actual headquarters, the glass house. It's in the backyard, bro. So that's cool. And Foxtoberfest is really, really cool because it's at the Speedway. It's at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And plenty of room for many Fox bodies. I think there's a dyno that shows up, lots of vendors. Swap meet's supposed to be getting. I remember the swap meet was big, and I haven't been there in like 3 years. I mean, it was all on the grass that year. It's probably twice the size now. I bought a bunch of shit there. I spent a couple $1,000 there in just a swap meet. That's what I do, baby. That is what I do. Anyways, anyone looking to trade a manual standing rack? Okay. So anyways, we've been on about an hour and 45. About time to get off the live stream. Got a couple of videos we're working on this week. We've got video from this race. We're going to be, I got a video of the black car. We actually got a video. I wanted to show you guys this. I think this is going to be my next one. I think this is going to be Tuesday's video. I haven't decided yet because I really want to get digging into the black car. But yeah, this is the thumbnail I made. Does that look familiar to some of y'all? So we're going to be talking about this week. You guys seen it in the videos if you've watched the last like month. That's been sitting in the background. And that shit right there. Yeah, we're going to kind of tie this in, what's going on with the black car right now too. So that's going to be one of the videos this week as well. I've already made some of the thumbnails and had some time to take care of that shit. We had 2 videos last week. We had a short today and a live stream today. I wanted to do a video on Saturday too, but we had the rewind race. So now that the season's kind of coming to a close, we got a lot of work to do in the Coupe. We got to finish. We got to make sure the black car's, good and taken care of before the snow falls, before we start taking the white car apart. So have a good night, everybody. Check out those videos. Make sure you guys listen. There's a new hype command on your phone. When me and Brutal and Foxcast put out videos, you can actually hype the video up. I don't know what that means. I don't even know if that even helps, but there is a hype thing. It's part of the like command. It's part of the love command and the whatever. So check that shit out. Check out the join button. Become a member of the channel for a month. Appreciate my members, the guys in green. When you're on a live stream, you can tell who the members are. They're the people in green. So I appreciate all you guys. I love y'all. I appreciate you members for what you guys do for me every month. Good night, everyone. Get your shit out the jack stands. Get your ass out of bed. Get to work. Budget your family. Budget your money. Budget your time. Pray for those that need help. Love y'all. We'll see you this week. Appreciate it.